Good afternoon, I'm Satesh Mahabir. Here's a look at some of the stories making the news at this time on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. The President has revoked the senatorial appointment of Christopher Jofield, the PSA's representative who was scheduled to speak in the Senate on the Revenue Authority bill. The revocation comes following the determination that Jofield is unable to hold a senatorial post under the PSA's constitution. Opposition leader Kamala Prasad-Bissessa is hosting a press conference on the issue, and a statement is expected soon. There will be a new senatorial lineup in the Senate this afternoon. The only remaining member of the old guard is Wade Mark. Opposition leader Kamala Prasad-Bissessa told a public meeting in Diego Martin last night that the senatorial lineup apart from Mark will be Lindira Udit, Dr. Suraj Rambachan, Verna St. Rose, Greaves and Mervyn Assam. Prasad-Bissessa told the meeting that several issues were taken into consideration, including the membership's overwhelming vote for change in the internal elections. She says those who feel left out may still have a chance at being appointed when the party gets into government.
Because remember, it's only 6 senators. Well, listen, fellas, when we form the government, we'll be 16 senators. When we form the government, we will have all the state boards. When we form the government, we'll have all the foreign postings, ambassadorships. When we form the government, there's a lot of work to be done, and all the talent and competence will be required for good governance.
She also promised that special interest groups will continue to have a place in the Senate.
I make an offer also to those in local government where your jobs are threatened, and that was raised here tonight by one of you, that we are prepared to put one of you in the Senate so that your voice can be heard on the workers in the local government matter.
Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security, Donna Cox, says youth crime and violence continues to be a major stumbling block in the country's development. Addressing a function this morning to unveil plans for the 100th anniversary of the Cadet Force in Trinidad and Tobago, Minister Cox said the Cadet Force must play a leading role in reversing that trend.
We are especially troubled with the incidents of violence among the youth in recent times. Reports from the World Bank and the United Nations describe youth violence as a high priority area. Those reports indicate that violence among the youth has increased in many parts of the world, not just in Trinidad and Tobago. It is indeed a serious cause for concern for all countries.
Overseas, a curfew in Chile's second city, Concepcion, is being lifted as troops struggle to contain looting after the earthquake. Dozens of people were arrested after looters fought over goods and set fire to a department store. The authorities have announced the setting up of a special air route to deliver aid from the capital Santiago to Concepcion. President Michelle Bachelet has condemned the pillage and criminality and has now sent 14,000 soldiers to the region. Stay with us for another news update in 1 hour's time, and our major newscast is at 7 this evening here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network.